Hello everyone, I'm Mitchell Ryan Darcy, and today I'm about to go see Anna and the Apocalypse, a movie I never even heard about being released. I never see a trailer, I didn't see anything, I didn't even hear about this movie until one day I was looking through the posters at Cineplex inside, and I found this poster, and it's like, this year's feel-good Christmas hit. Christmas hit. Anna and Apocalypse. Okay. Shaun of the Dead meets La La Land. Okay, I'm sold there. I don't know if you could see that quote, but yeah, Shaun of the Dead meets La La Land. So it's a zombie comedy musical and a Christmas hit. I'm sold on how weird of a concept that is. And so, because of seeing the poster randomly, I decided to go see the movie. So, it's about to start. I don't know. It's an indie film I never heard about. Premiered in 2017 at a film festival, but then it didn't really get any release until this year. So, that's why when I looked on International Movie Database, it said 2017. But this is a 2018 movie, technically, and that's how I will count it. So, anyways, I'm excited. Time to go watch it. I just watched Anna and the Apocalypse, and my expectations surprisingly went into the film a little too high. I didn't think it would be this indie of a film, but it kind of makes more sense now that I think about it. I mean, last year it was in a film festival, and then it's like it doesn't get wide released until now. So, yeah, it was it was an okay musical and a subpar zombie film and barely a Christmas film. Didn't have any of the brilliance that zombie comedies look up to in Shaun of the Dead. It didn't have the grand musical of any musical movie that recently came out. I felt like for most of the musical set portions of the movie, I was definitely disappointed in. Most of it, they didn't really take good advantage of what to do. Like it actually felt like they didn't know what to do most of the time in this film. They're standing still, they're not doing anything, they're just like, there's literally one whole music section where they're just standing in an empty room of a bowling alley, and they didn't give the characters anything to do, and when they are doing something, they look like they're tableau, like, picture frame type thing, and it's like kind of makes me really disappointed there. Yeah, I felt like they could have done a bit more with it choreography wise, or something. And and it's like, it's already ridiculous of a movie. Why didn't they go all out with the ridiculousness? Like, there's like a couple moments where I'm like, why aren't the zombies dancing along? Why aren't the zombies singing? You could add comedic elements to the movie and all that and stuff like that. Just because it's a zombie comedy doesn't make the film comparable to Shaun of the Dead. Just because it's a musical in a modern day society doesn't make it La La Land. Wait, La La Land was a bit modern, but it was more an homage to the older musicals. This movie's just modern musical. It actually felt a lot like High School Musical in a certain sections, and I haven't seen High School Musical. I'm sort of a sucker for music, so I'm probably gonna pick up the soundtrack to this film. But I'm not really. I have no drive to pick up the soundtrack to this movie. A couple of songs do stand out barely, but most of the part it blends too much together. I hate how the musical aspects and the zombie aspects didn't put them together as well. Like, it felt like it was separated. Like, it felt like, okay, so here's a musical moment scene, here's a zombie moment scene. And there was like maybe two or three songs in this entire film where it was actually, put together and mashed together. But even then, it was still felt very separated. And a lot of choices I kind of wish they did differently. Above all, it was above average. And it had a bit of heart with the just effort that they put into this film. And it kind of makes me feel bad to give it that much of a sort of bad review. But it was a quite short film, and that's kind of a positive. It's just, I'm glad they went out. They didn't really skimp out on the blood. A bit cheesy, but not too cheesy. It was more ridiculous than cheesy, actually. This movie overall was a bit ridiculous. If you like more low-budget indie films, I definitely would recommend checking this out. Films that not many people have heard of, or films that, are kind of making its round. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen a zombie musical, let alone a zombie Christmas comedy musical. Or if you're a fan of horror, you might like this movie, but I think for the most part you would be a little bit dissatisfied with this film. And if you're a hardcore musical fan, there's probably a good chance you're not exactly a fan of zombies. I'm surprised there was a decent amount of people in the theater, given it is Tuesday, so it is cheaper. So this is the kind of movie that people would probably go see when it's cheaper. Yeah, the comedy was okay. Some of it worked really well, and then other times I was like, I would probably pick up this movie when it's dirt cheap, just to, have it part of my musical and horror collection. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing a weird film that's nothing like that's currently out, sure, take a gander at this film. Anyways, I want to know in the comments below what you thought of Anna and the Apocalypse. Thank you very much for watching. I want you to have a nice day or night or whatever time you watch this. Have a nice whatever. And next up, even more movie reviews. I have like 10 other films I want to see before the end of the year. So I'm sorry you're going to get flooded with movie reviews. I do have other things in the pipeline, but it looks like it's going to be either next year. Next up, Once Upon a Deadpool.